Good morning.
In the sunlight, yeah, you could see.
Good morning, Andy.
How's it going?
Going fine. Can you hear me okay? I want to make sure the sound is okay because I've got Lonnie sitting behind me, so I'm not using headphones.
Yeah, I've got a lot of background sound coming through.
Yeah, that's because Mike and Adam are being loud.
Oh, they should be. They should be jumping up and down, hair's on fire.
Mike promised me he's going to use his headphones for the actual meeting.
Pardon?
Okay, I'm going to mute for now.
Okay, thank you. Me too.
Mic check 1, 2. Test, test.
We did.
Right, good morning. My name is Andy Gustafson, and I am the zoning administrator today. And I'd like to call to order the December 2nd, 2021 zoning administrator meeting. This meeting will be conducted like any other public meeting, except that we are doing so remote in an effort to help control the spread of COVID and consistent with state noticing laws and also county public health order. This meeting is streamlined, live streamed, thank you, at https://www.youtube.com/City of Santa Rosa. It will be recorded, so if any of you wish to review the proceedings of today's meeting, you can do so at that location. Finally, before we get into the agenda, any matter that is acted on today, meaning is either approved, denied, or approved with conditions, may be appealed. We do have a 10 business day appeal period, which if there are weekends and holidays, it falls on the next available date after the 10th business day. And in this case, that will be December 13th at the end of the day of the business day. And if you do wish to appeal, you'll need to contact the project planner. All right, so the next item on the agenda is public comment. This is an opportunity for any member participating who wishes to comment on a matter that's within the zoning administrator's jurisdiction, but is not on the agenda today. You have opportunity to do so. If you wish to comment, please raise your hand. And you can do that either by pressing the hand icon, or if you're joining us by telephone, the *9 keys on your phone. And I'm going to try to see if we have any attendees who wish to comment, and I see none. give it another moment here. All right, so Mark Rudy, do you have something which is not on the agenda but in the zoning administrator's jurisdiction? You'll be recognized and you have 3 minutes. All right, so are we, Mr. Brody, do you wish to comment or on another matter?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm not used to using the phone like this. I don't wish to comment. I just wanted to make it clear I was here for the meeting on my project.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent. So we have 2 items on the agenda today. The first item is a hillside development permit application for 794 Los Olivos Road. And the project planner is Adam Ross. And Adam, before you begin, let me just review for people in attendance how these get discussed. Project planner will give a presentation. The applicant's team will be given opportunity to comment or to add more information. And then following that, I'll open it up to the public who, anybody in attendance who wishes to comment may do so. So we'll follow that order. So Adam, if you can give your presentation, that would be great. Thank you. You're on mute.
1 second. Let me just open up the presentation. I'll get started. And if you could just verify that you see the presentation for me.
I do. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, my name is Adam Ross. I am the project planner for the Hillside Development Permit, file number HDP 21-011. Location is 794 Los Olivos Road in Santa Rosa. You can see the image here on the first page. So the project is, again, a minor hillside development permit to allow the construction of a new 1-story, 3,112 square foot single family residence with an attached 794 square foot 3-car garage and a 527 square foot covered porch on an undeveloped parcel in areas of 10% slope or greater at 794 Los Olivos Road in Santa Rosa, APN 181-010-073. So here's the project site and location, Los Olivos Road. There was a previous subdivision at this property where for, I believe, 4 single family residences to be built. This is now the minor hillside for one of the single family residences. There's access via an access easement shared through the front properties to get to this back location. So here's the parcel location again. So here's the entrance on from Los Olivos Road, and then you would circle right and get onto the property. So the general plan is very low residential. It allows 0.2 to 2 units per acre. The zoning is R16 SR, so single family residential scenic route. The scenic route over a combining district is for Los Olivos Road. However, this project complies with all of those requirements, which are setbacks, and those typically are for properties fronting Los Olivos Road. So it's not, even though it's zoned within that overlay, it does not have really any effect on the proposal as it's on the project proposal. Here's the site plan. So again, this is where you would come up. I don't know if you can see the cursor, So I apologize, but you would come up on the bottom left here and you would from that entrance from Los Olivos and make a right into the driveway. If you're looking left, say that would be north, and then so if you're looking straight on at this image, that is east. So Los Olivos would be to the west. So it complies with all hillside development standard setback standards, height from grade, and it also complies with a slope for entrance to the garage space, which can be no more than 5% grade. And then here's the slope analysis for the site. All of the orange is between 10 and 24.99% slope. This red, I believe that's for historic drainage for the site, but that is not touched as part of this project. So again, here's the house on the site. Here are the elevations for the site. Typically, in the hillside development permit, hillside development findings and standards, it asks that two-story structures or homes kind of slope with the hill so that it does not, create this like box just sticking outside on the hill. In this case, while, you could see on the bottom left image, it does do that. It does hold one kind of livable floor plan, but because it's one story, it still meets the intent of those findings for a hillside permit. As you can see here, here's the back. And so just a few steps down to the backyard. Similar here, you can see that as well. It does curve with the hill and stays the same, relatively the same. The highest peak gable roof is in the center, but then it does create this slope on the rooftop that kind of then does comply with that step down approach. And so here's a landscape plan. There are trees that are to be removed and others to be planted, and some to be preserved on the site. All of those specifics will be identified in the grading permits for the project, and so it would be subject to the tree mitigation plan that the city has forth in the tree ordinance. And I also want to point out that the project does comply with a CEQA finding, which was not included on the resolution. That was just an honest mistake, but the project as proposed, the proposed project has been reviewed in compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, and qualifies for a Class 3 exemption under Section 15303 for construction of one single-family dwelling in a residential zone. I believe we have to introduce that into the record, but we can figure that out right after this. But with that, the Planning and Economic Development Department recommends that the zoning administrator by resolution approve a minor hillside development permit to allow construction of a new one-story, 3,112 square foot single-family residence with an attached 794 square foot three-car garage and a 527 square foot covered porch on an undeveloped parcel in areas of 10% slope or greater, located at 794 Los Olivos Road, Santa Rosa, APN 181-010-073. And again, my name is Adam Ross. This is my contact information should anyone have any follow-up questions about the project. And that concludes my presentation. The applicant did not include a presentation, but I can reference my presentation should they need it.
Thank you, Adam. And also thank you for bringing up the CEQA finding that you read through. We'll add that to the record at the end when we take action on this particular permit. The applicant now has opportunity to comment. I see a raised hand for telephone number 1332. Hearing secretary, if you can recognize that caller.
Yeah, the caller is last four is 1332. I'm going to send a prompt, and you should be able to unmute your phone when you answer that prompt. Go ahead and try it. It looks like you're.
This is Matt Taylor with Farrell Faber and Associates, representing the project, and I just wanted to thank Adam for his thorough presentation and let you know that I'm here and available to answer any questions if necessary.
Thank you. Is there any other member of the project team or the applicant who wishes to comment now? If so, please raise your hand or press *9. Seeing none, I'll now open up the matter for public input. Is there any member in attendance who wishes to comment? If so, raise your hand or press *9. Okay, again, seeing none, I'll close the public comment portion of this matter. So now I get to deliberate. Adam, the condition of approval, excuse me, the CEQA finding that you read is basically a statement that the construction of a single family dwelling consistent with the zoning is eligible for a Class 3 exemption under the California Environmental Quality Act. So I will accept that as a modification to the resolution that you prepared for consideration. I would like to also comment. I do appreciate your addressing the issue of the building form and following the slope. I think you raised important points about how the roof elevation was treated on the building on this one-story structure. That is a challenge I know many projects have to struggle with. And I think the architectural design presented here does a good job of that. So I appreciate the effort that was put into the design on that. So with that, I'm pleased to approve this resolution for hillside development permit, subject to the additional finding that was read out by the project planner. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I said thank you.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Okay. Let's go on to the next matter, which is item 3.2. It too concerns a hillside development permit. This one is at 3881 Skyfarm Drive, and the project planner is Mr. Mike Maloney. Mike, can you give us your presentation?
I can. Thank you, Mr. Zoning Administrator, and good morning, everybody. Let me get my presentation up one moment. And if you can please verify that you see my presentation on the screen.
Yeah, perfect.
Great. With that, my name is Mike Maloney, and this application is for a minor hillside development permit at 3881 Skyfarm Drive. And the permit is to allow construction of a new 2-story, 7,589 square foot single family residence with an attached 1,180 square foot 3-car garage on an undeveloped parcel in areas of 10% slope or greater at 3881 Skyfarm Drive, Santa Rosa, assessor's parcel number 173760033. The site is located in Northeast Santa Rosa. It's in the Skyfarm area on Skyfarm Drive. The subject site is a planned development zone PD 72-001F. It's in the Resilient City Combining District. However, please note that this is a new development on a previously vacant lot and is not a result of the Tubbs fire. The base zoning is R40 and the proposal is within the prescribed setbacks. The site has a general plan land use designation of very low residential, and the proposed project has been reviewed in compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act, otherwise known as CEQA, and qualifies for a Class 3 exemption under Section 15303 for construction of one single-family dwelling in a residential zone. And so this is the site plan. And just for orientation purposes, to the right of the screen is Skyfarm Drive, where the driveway will be. These are the original plans submitted by the applicant, and I just wanted to take a second to thank the applicant for working with the city and myself to significantly redesign and eliminate a portion of the parking area to further reduce large areas of flat pads. Here is the updated version, as you can see. And again, Mark Grudy is here. He will be able to present and take questions after, but I did want to just show what it was and what the current design is. Moving on to slide number 6. 6 and 7 slides show the various elevations. This one's from the south and from the north. And as you can see, you can please note the retaining wall on this side and the general slope of the property. Slide 7 shows the east and the west. We don't have any architectural renderings, but I think these elevations effectively demonstrate that the proposed single-family home reflects originality, yet remains compatible with the surrounding neighborhood. And this slide shows the intended interior floor plans for both the first and second floors. Slide 9 represents a slope analysis and shows the topography of the site. Though this is approximate, you can see the majority of the residence is located outside of the major sloped areas, which I'll show you right here. As you can see, green being 10% to 25% is pretty much on the exterior portion of the lot along the perimeter of that side. This is the same image zoomed in, again with Skyfarm Drive oriented to the right, just to give a better demonstration of where the primary slope of the lot is. Slide 11 is an aerial footage, which further demonstrates the slope and gives a sense of the surrounding area. It was a little difficult to get some photographs of the area because it's such a large plot. And I just wanted to demonstrate what it basically looks like in the surrounding neighborhood. As you can see, as it pans around in a circle, there's a few houses that have recently been developed that were affected by the tubs. This is a bird's eye view. And the last video that's about to show up is a path heading north towards the steepest slope that I just demonstrated in the slide prior. As you can see by the surveyor's topographic map, the site does not have significant topography challenges compared to other neighboring sites with more drastic slopes. And slide 3 shows a preliminary grading plan. Slide 14, this diagram shows the grading levels. And slide 15, I added this slide again because, you know, who doesn't love drone footage, but primarily to show a rudimentary rendering of what the home will look like to the rear of the site. So this is where the driveway would be going right up into here. And kind of skipped a little bit, but you see basically this is what, as you go up the driveway, the home will be towards near the back, right about there. With that, the Planning and Economic Development Department recommends that the zoning administrator, by resolution, approve the minor hillside development permit to allow construction of a new 2-story, 7,589 single-family residence with an attached 1,180 square foot 3-car garage on the previously undeveloped parcel in areas of 10% slope or greater at 381 Skyfarm Drive, Santa Rosa, assessors parcel number 173760033. Again, my name is Mike, and for any of those in attendance that would like to contact me later, you can do so at mmaloney@srcity.org or by phone at 707-543-3190. Thank you, Mr. Gustafson, for your time and consideration, and that concludes my presentation.
Well, thank you for that great presentation, Mr. Maloney. I have no questions. I think your exhibits demonstrated the proposed design and the site issues. If the applicant or the applicant's team wishes to comment at this point, you can do so now. Please raise your hand using the icon, and you'll be recognized. We'll give another moment here. Oh, we have, okay. We recognize Mark.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. At approaching 70 years old, this technology is daunting. I wish to just state that in the package was a narrative that explained why the house was so big. And that is due to the fact that folks from India sometimes take additional family members that they have to care for. In our case, one of the family members is confined to a wheelchair, and so his wife and child reside in the house also. What I've done with the design, and I really don't have anything to show you unless you can see the screens on my computers with a photograph or a camera, but I tried to minimize the impact on the neighbors. When I do projects in Tiburon, they have a thing called ceremonial views, and they don't want people's houses to interrupt ceremonial views. In our case, all of the views of the neighbors across the street face north, the other way down into the other valley. And then there's really only one neighboring house being built next door on the downhill side. The other direction, the property's never been developed, and I don't know that it will be on the uphill side. If you do travel up the street on Google or in person, you'll notice there's several trees on the corner of Flint Ridge that will obscure the house. And we plan to do more trees so that passersby, as well as that neighbor I mentioned, won't really see much of the house. The house was done in a layered manner so that on the downhill side, it's a one story, and then the second story is set back a little bit further. Another thing that'll happen for people is this house will obscure the high tension lines from PG&E, the source of much of our angst in your county. It will be obscured from view. There's nothing for miles on the south end downhill. You'd have to be on the freeway to be able to see the house at all. So I really appreciate the fact that the staff and the administration's been really plagued by the COVID shutdowns. You know, this project goes back to beginning and being submitted within a week of the whole shutdown when the department had to close. And so it's been a long haul, and my owner is anxious to stop spending money without making much progress. So hopefully you'll find in our favor, and we'd be happy to make other minor adjustments in terms of the property development, and of course come up with all the necessary professional drawings for landscape and any of the other requirements. So with that, I'll say thank you and await your response.
Thank you very much, and Ms. Grudy, I think your additional information, hopefully I pronounced her name correctly, is very helpful. And further, I really do commend the responsiveness that you exhibited working with staff and making modifications to the site impervious area and making that entrance to the property less a parking lot and more of a gracious and proportionately laid out parking area. The landscaping that you propose, I think, will do a great job of helping to screen the public view from Skyfarm and also your adjoining neighbor. I have one question. Is this a corner lot? Is there another street that runs, would it be on the north side of the property, or does it adjoin a undeveloped lot? Or okay, thank you for that exhibit. Yeah, okay, that answers my question. All right, great. So I don't have any other, I just had those immediate comments I wanted to share with you. I don't have any questions. So what I'd like to do is open up this matter to the public in attendance that might wish to comment. And if you do, please raise your hand and you'll be recognized. All right, well, seeing none, I'll close the public comment portion of this meeting, this item. And kind of follow along what I said previously regarding the site design. I think that did concern me, the amount of impervious area devoted to parking. Because I think the proposed plan. Mr. Ross, I have a question. In your resolution, do you note the version date of this updated plan? Or excuse me, Mr. Maloney, do you recognize or memorialize the version date of this site plan or plan submittal as being the plan that's being acted on today?
I thank you, Andy. I'm reviewing it right now. It appears that I do.
Yeah, just confirm that.
Yeah, with revisions dated received August 22nd, 2020.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Yes, and I know, so the other comment I would have is kind of follow on regarding landscaping and how it, I believe, will do an effective job of screening public views from Skyfarm. It will, however, be part of the very distant view from 101, and it is one of many homes on the Skyfarm ridgeline. I think the comment made by the project applicant or the architect is correct. It will not be significant. It'll be so distant that the observer will potentially recognize it as a home, but it won't really destroy or alter substantially the landscape setting or the visual character of that ridgeline. So again, I commend the group for coming to the current site plan layout. I do agree with all the findings made in the resolution. And I will also note this project does need to add, or the resolution does need to add the CEQA finding. It was stated correctly in the presentation. I just think it needs to be added to the resolution. And with that, it's my pleasure to approve this hillside development permit and with the modification to the findings to add the CEQA exemption. So with that, it's my pleasure to adjourn the December 2nd, 2021 zoning administrator meeting. Thank you all for attending. Have a good day.